aggressive, you know, as Furious Gaming.
Russia and Echo, right? It's the same two guys from last game. I think they really need to step up big here, and Libra, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
All right, the draft has been completed. History has been made with Furious Gaming taking one game off of Nova, but will that be a footnote in the history books, or will it be its own chapter? Let's find out as we send over the decisive game number 3 to TJ and Grandin.
Let's go!
Well, Furious Gaming, they get to write their own story. They get to decide how things are
also
gonna go.
kind of threw me off. I was like ready, and then it was like, let's go, and it like squeezed in there.
Let's go! You know, they, like the Korean casters.
I liked
You gotta do it with me.
Oh, in sync, all right.
Yeah.
Let's
go! All right,
Game number
Furious
3.
Gaming, bring us our first series in the Icons Global Championship.
Our first game 3 in the International this year, Nova Esports, expected to dominate here. I know we've said it, but incredulously enough, it is Furious Gaming who took them the distance. And I was telling you right before we went on mic, I think they might have done it again in the draft. Oh my.
We saw this happen
my.
last time. Surely it cannot happen twice in a row.
I don't know, Nova. You really have to expect that after it happened last game. I know that was 40 minutes ago, but still. It's so scary in these level ones as well because Braum is like devastating.
Here's the amazing thing, TJ. Furious Gaming have doubled down. And even with the champions banned away, the Oriana and Alistar removed, they've gone back with just a slight twist.
Well, the thing that happened last game was Nova Esports didn't run the map, didn't earn a massive gold lead, didn't punish them for only drafting late game. And if that happens, then absolutely Furious Gaming are right to say, okay, let's do it again. Because Furious Gaming's strength, as is the case for most of the WL teams, as is especially the case for them, a team with Captain Siva and Prussia on it, is their team fights.
Right.
And if Nova Esports are going to give them a free bus ticket to Teamfight Town, they'll take it any day of the week, so they build the composition around it again.
Being able to play for that, Nova Esports do see themselves adapt slightly now with this Rakan to better help them facilitate their engage, so try to avoid that situation you just mentioned.
I would also say I think this, like the removal of Dilution, the Corki coming in here,
Right.
like this is a little bit more of a late game composition from Nova Esports. But that in and of itself is interesting, because the response to being blasted out in a late game 5v5 team fight is not, all right, well, let's make sure that doesn't happen. Let's give Long like his Lee Sin or something.
And a really interesting decision here from Nova as well.
Yeah. Early pressure here, and this is what I'm like interested in. Long is an incredibly good Lee Sin. It would be so easy if I'm the coach of Nova to just say, okay, well, let's just win early. Let's get Long Lee Sin, let's run the map.
An interesting move here from Libra.
Oh.
A few auto attacks away, and Yen picks up the honey fruit in time.
He misses the empowered shock blast. Really good timing from Long. Or sorry, from Nian to dodge it.
And we start to see some of the early power here from Ita.
And so, Nova Esports, instead of doubling down on the early game and just trying to make sure they never get to it again, they said, you know what? I bet we win those late game team fights. Let's just make sure we have the tools for it. It'll be fine. And that feels risky to me, granted, because it didn't just feel like Furious Gaming, you know, had gotten to a state their composition was good at. They were winning those fights. They were earning those wins.
A good rotation here from Nova to move down to the bottom end.
Yeah, this is a lot of gold, actually, getting passed over to them.
Will be able to chunk out the turret a decent
This might be a
amount here as
whole
well.
turret. Okay.
Still a little bit
entire-
away.
An entire wave. It's
But
scary.
it is very nice to see Nova Esports making proactive moves this time around.
I was just very nervous because Remake was sitting there with the satchel charge. And Sarther was a ways away. We decided not to take the risk. I'm jumpy. Nova Esports lost a Furious game.
Look, anything could happen here at this point, TJ.
Pressure and Libra already up here on the top side, hunting Long in his own jungle.
Which is surprising that Long is willing to take this exchange. The Cyclone first comes through. We also have to fight as Yami joins
Interruption!
in. Prussia over by the back. Long chases after, but Prussia's still alive. How does he get away with these things? Pressure in and pressure out. Now Furious Gaming, they have to worry about the rest of their team. Libra baited in by his teammate, but Capizero will get away by flashing with the
honey
wall.
fruit.
Re-engage over. The Prussia is still alive, but a clone comes through and Long finally takes down the adversary.
And there's your answer. The desk was kind of wondering what is the Wukong here for. He interrupts the middle of the Deathmark application. When he gets ulted, he drops the Cyclone, and we can see it on the replay here. He drops the Cyclone as Prussia ults him and completely cancels the play. Here it is again. In, Interrupted, shut down. Pressure cannot complete the combo. Pressure runs for his life and eventually gets hunted down. That's Nova Esports having a plan to deal with aggressive Zeds.
Echo does manage to get away here. Remake and Sata fighting their own fight in the bottom end. But it's Remake that burns the summoners away. Well, we need to start looking towards what happens here as the 5-minute mark is now approaching. Pressure shut down with that early first kill, but despite that, still very even a game on both sides.
Yeah, pretty even gold. I will say there's a difference here in that Nova got those kills by killing Crusher, which is something they didn't get last game. Last game, around this time, Pressure was already looking pretty nasty. So, if Furious Gaming want to repeat last game, they need to find a way to get gold onto their Zed. He is so much of their playmaking. Ooh, a little unfortunate.
Well, the ways could have been a kill onto Yami.
Look at the Nova Esports vision game. I love this. They were doing this last game as well. Making sure they have that deep ward just behind the Dragon Pit. Making sure they have wards all throughout their own jungles. There's no way to steal anything away.
And always dancing around the edge of where the opponent's vision could be. You saw what Ita was doing there. He was standing away from where the ward could potentially be.
In the bush as well.
Exactly.
Making sure nobody can like flank and
Oh
contest
my
that.
goodness. This is interesting. Your package comes across to get a kill onto Libra. As they were doing the Rift Herald, now being intercepted. Remember, Echo used his flash to get away from the last fight, so now taken down. Sentinel Embrace comes through from Sata, but it's only going to stop them from going in long, working on that dragon as well.
And Furious Gaming being treated... Oh dear. There it is. Furious Gaming being treated with the respect they deserve this time round.
Absolutely.
Nova Esports playing them like another WRL team. And that is getting them the wins in this macro game, playing the map very carefully, respecting the fact that Furious Gaming could win team fights against the best of them. And that is a victory for Furious Gaming, a victory for the WRL, but a bad sign for them in this game specifically.
I will say this, TJ. I feel like Furious Gaming have that X factor in them. You know, something...
You think they're still in this?
I won't say that. I won't say they have an X
okay,
factor.
well, you had a moment there to get some Twitter followers.
Well, I still think they're an amazing
to be the cool
team.
kid.
I
and
still
you
think they're
backed
an
away
amazing
from
team.
it.
I don't want... If that's how I get Twitter followers, I don't want that.
Right. If that's how you get power, you don't want power.
Exactly. And I think Furious Gaming, I feel like they have that X factor, right? Okay. Now Nova Esports really have to pull out all the stops. They're doing their due diligence and they're getting it done right. 0-5 to start off the game. Prussia trying to assassinate the back line.
Doesn't have the damage.
He got remakes so many times last game, but this time it's not going to be the same.
Unlike last game, he doesn't have so much damage that he can just one-shot because he's behind in the early game.
And not being able to one-shot means he has to back off. He's going to reset, come back into the fight again if they want to go for the Rift Herald.
So kind of the vector here for Furious, if they would like to win this game, is stall out. Wait until the mid-late game. You're looking at like 2-3 item completion on Zed. And then he'll be able to one-shot again. And that's where Furious Gaming can win. But they need to keep the gold within about 5,000, already kind of drifting out of that window. And that's very worrying, because if Nova are more than like 5,000 ahead, you're not going to be able to kill Yiza. You're not going to be able to kill Nian in these fights. And that will just be devastating. If your full combo can't get past those key targets, then there's just no way to win. So, it's hard, Grandin, is the summary.
It is hard.
Is the cliff notes.
That summarized quickly, it is a very difficult game.
Summarized quickly, it's rough out there.
It's rough out there.
Furious Gaming, a little bit behind here.
We need to see what they have in store for us, as Rift Herald was picked up during that time. Goes over to Long. They already do have that first turret, so a second does assist them quite a bit here. Getting a little bit more tempo. Don't want to allow Furious Gaming a free entry into that mid to late game like you've mentioned.
Yeah. I will say Nova kind of slowing down here, which is how they got into trouble in game 2. Okay.
Slowing down, going to the bottom end.
2v1.
He's in caught out position.
He's dead!
Goes down to Echo.
Not exactly who you want the gold into, but they might get this turret. Good Mega Inferno Bomb.
Just making sure he clears out the wave, and there's no way for Furious Gaming to get the turret there.
Did you see Furious Gaming go, hang on, there's a Ziggs in the area? And immediately turned to try and find him a kill.
Prussia wants it, but he has no flash. It's going to be difficult.
Oh dear, and he's all alone here.
An interesting position, but the satchel charge using the wrong target. Prussia
He's
actually
dead.
losing health to the Ignite. Remake. A little greedy there. Flashes in for the auto attack.
Long up top here.
Libra trading against him. The Cyclone actually doing some good work here. Primary Cyclone used, but the secondary still available. You see Yen over the edge
He's
of the wall.
got the kill.
But it's difficult to follow up with. He doesn't have the mana. He has the flash though, but would have been aggressive.
Capital Siva trying to ult the wave for clear. A valiant effort. I really like the idea.
He got the B off as well.
Yeah, it was a good PA, but unfortunately there was a satchel charge to take down the turret, and that's going to continue across the map. Here's the Nova Esports we expect. Very clean, very clinical, earning a gold advantage.
Close to 3 turrets. 10 minutes into the game.
And it's not looking so great for Prussia. Echo does have a decent amount of gold. It's been a really standout series for Echo. We introduced this series by kind of defining him as a more supportive jungler. That has kind of not been true. And now it needs to not be true the most, because if Furious Gaming is a path into this game, it is through their jacks right now.
Libra has been doing well into the end, but it really will be about Echo's performance in this game.
Turret just goes down to minions.
It happens.
He's getting pushed by Libra. Libra backs away, and nobody could get to it in time, so Libra gets kind of tangential credit. A little bit more gold in the Furious Gaming pocket.
Any amount will definitely help them get to a point where Echo will be able to deal with the threats. We see
Here we go.
The strongest combo available.
Under
it will
turret.
Be Echo and Pressure.
Under turret, Prussia doesn't want it. Echo kind of thinking about it. Prussia
is convinced. He was like, yeah, maybe.
Okay, all right.
Maybe. Now we go on the turret. Now because you have the crowd control from Kapuseba, we will kill you on the turret.
Yeah! On the opposite side of the map. Though, Dragon is being taken.
Heal being used just to top them up, and the turret likely to go down here. Remake in an interesting position, very aggressively on the turret here, but it trade back beautifully, still buying time. Yummy holds Echo in place with the Ignite taking him
Echo
down.
dies.
The wave is gone, and now Furious Gaming has to start backing away. A beautiful knockup as a
Wow.
double kill on the Sother. Prussia starts running away, brings Capozera with him.
Disaster for Furious Gaming in the top lane. Perfectly played by Remake, recognizing how much focus he was drawing.
He's running back in. Pressure.
He doesn't have the damage.
He needs one more auto attack. One more auto attack to take down Pressure. They're chasing after the kill. Flashing away the fadeaway shot. But he misses.
No net.
Yum picks up the turret. Support's got to do all the work.
Oh.
Gets knocked up on the Pressure as well. The Death Mark will not get it done.
No.
And Yami survives with the shield.
And that's double digits for Nova, and very likely the gold lead they need onto those key carries. Again, you're looking at Echo, you're looking at Prussia. They're doing pretty well in last game. This time around, not enough gold to be able to get those key targets down in fights. And so there are two paths. Either we play another 30-minute game, Furious Gaming somehow hold on, or Nova Esports look poised to close out this series. I think the big takeaway from the series, though, is that we're here, is that we're in Game 3. Is that Furious Gaming forced Nova to play like this, to
That is
play
very true.
WRL form against them. WOL fans should be very proud, and I think this raises some very exciting questions about the entire region.
I'll tell you what, TJ, in more immediate fashion.
Okay.
Now I'm a little concerned for this group.
Yeah, spicy group now.
It shakes up. If Furious Gaming looked this good against Nova, power rankings could change.
Not my power rankings.
Not your power rankings.
Yeah, I think that's very much the case. I also think one of the things we have to be paying attention to is, okay, well, are China as unbeatable as we thought they were?
Yes.
And that's something
Absolutely.
we're going to have to answer. And it will, okay, Prussia.
Doesn't seem to amount to too much. A little bit more damage from Yami, but Prussia starts to run away. The Ignite comes across. Furious Gaming corralled into the bottom end of the map.
And I do definitely think there was some, like, Nova Esports were not giving Prussia and Furious Gaming the respect they deserved. Game number 1. He's burning.
Prussia nearly goes down there. Rift Tunnel popped at the bottom end of the map. There's only 3 available to defend. Watch out for the flank from Echo, but it's far away.
Echo thinking about flanking. Doesn't really have an angle. Too many players there. And this is again, Nova just playing this so carefully. Like the Nova from Game 2, who's having a good time, forcing some fights, gone. This
Absolutely.
is a Nova whose teachers took them aside, talked to them.
Told off for slacking off in class.
Yeah. You cannot give Furious Gaming an inch, because they will pry it open.
And the 10,000 gold lead here from Nova.
There we go.
Yetza might go down here, but he's charging up his movement speed, trying to get away. Flank coming through from Echo. Yami on the tail, trying to chase after. Comes in, gets a big two-man knockup. Yetza gets an angry entry angle back in. Prussia tries to move in onto the Garen, but he won't be able to finish him off. Taken down, Furious Gaming. Lose the 3 that were pursuing the Garen.
That's going to be Baron. Nova Esports turned immediately off of the picks. A very good response. Iza has been pressure bait all game. And they go, oh, our fishing lure is out. We see pressure on him. The entire team was rotating up to get these kills. Iza is tanky enough, he could take the hits. They turn, they win the fight, they pick up the Baron. And this should be a bit of a bumpy road for Nova, but this should be their game 3. And them continuing into the winner's side of this bracket, of this group.
The Baron up here for Nova. They had a difficult time executing it with it last game, with the wave clear from the Orianna.
No Ori this time.
No Ori this time. The Karma, similar ults, but very different other spells.
Ori nada.
Ori nada. Got it. Who are you? Honestly, DJ. Like, attempt to catch out Pressure. Won't succeed here for Nova.
Yep. Pressure just getting a little too greedy, a little too desperate, I think is the right frame.
He's off in the side lane, getting a little desperate. He knows he needs that goal to get back in.
I mean, there's just no way back into it if you don't take risks. There's no shame in Pressure for trying it, but
Absolutely.
the math doesn't add up. Here come Nova.
Pushing in from all 3 lanes, Nova Esports at the doorsteps of Furious Gaming. Furious Gaming looking for a re-entry angle back in towards the bottom end. Libra starts running back towards the fountain. The Mega Inferno Bomb misses out, will not be able to take down its target, but Sartre walks in too far forward, gets tagged by the Charm. Nova on the Nexus. Nova moving in for the win and striking back. It is Nova Esports with a series victory.
Nova Esports get the win, but there is one thing for sure, and that is going to be, it is not their story out of this series. Yes, Nova, you did win, but everyone is going to be talking about Furious Gaming today.
You look at what's happened. Weakness shown by the WRL, and it was Furious Gaming that brought that to us.
What a performance by them. Still in the